Hello and welcome to Yin Yoga for tight shoulders. My name is Rainbow Rach. I'm a medicine woman, a healer, a yoga teacher, and also a creator of the Rainbow Deck. And I am bringing you my healing practice today in the form of this Yin Yoga practice. Go ahead and grab a sip of water and get a strap. If you don't have a strap, a dog leash will work, or a belt. And then whatever way you naturally crossed your legs, go ahead and flip that. And we are gonna get into our shoulders here. So go ahead and place your hands about 2 feet apart on the strap, and then we're gonna inhale and lift the strap all the way behind us. And now you'll be able to tell if your strap is too loose or too tight, and just move your hands accordingly. And we're gonna be inhaling, lifting the strap up above to the back. Exhale, and then inhale, bring it forward. And we're just trying to relax the shoulders here. We're trying to find some mobility here. If you have those tight shoulders, this might be uncomfortable, but I promise you the more that you do this, the more it's going to feel so good. And finishing a couple rounds of breath. And the next time that you find yourself with your hands above your head, I want you to stop. Stop where the stretch is the most intense. And we're just going to breathe into the intensity for a minute. Allowing the discomfort. It's funny, we actually find more flexibility from being in these like uncomfortable poses, and that can, relay off the mat too. The more uncomfort that we might experience, the more that we can grow. So stay with the discomfort. One big last breath in. Exhale, release. And now we're going to get into the side body. So go ahead and grab a block with your right hand. The left hand will go over your head all the way. And then you can rotate your chest to look up. Breathing into the side body. Exhale. Switch sides. And you might not need a block here, but definitely try it. And again, we're gonna look up with our chest tilt up. Exhale, switch. And just going at the pace of your own breath, tapping into your internal experience for a few moments here. And as soon as you're ready, you can go ahead and grab a bolster if you have one. If not, grab like a couch cushion that's pretty firm. And then also grab your blanket and fold the blanket so that there is that little bit of padding between you and the floor. And of course, take a sip of water. Hydrating is the way to be when we're stretching. If you don't know when you're hydrated, then it's just so much easier for your muscles and your tendons and your fascia to stretch and feel really good. And we'll go ahead and lower it down all the way. And I have my blanket right under my sacrum. So it's not an exaggerated like back bend. It's more like my tailbone is tucked and it's like stretching my low back here. So that's variation 1. If you're there and you're like, this is good, then stay. If you want more, you can take a block and replace the blanket. Again, this shouldn't be like a crazy back bend. Your sacrum should feel supported, and it should just feel like a really yummy, gentle stretch on your low back. And sitting still isn't for everyone, so if stillness doesn't feel good to you, then explore movements that do feel good. I know for me, just moving my knees back and forth and kind of side to side feels really good for me, but that's also my body, my own unique body. So just kind of close the eyelids and explore your own body here for a minute. And as you're ready, we're going to take a big inhale and bring the knees in closer to the chest, finding a more rounded shape in the spine. And bringing your hands to your feet. You can also bring your hands to the back of your knees if that's more comfy. And then just a gentle rock side to side, kind of massaging the spine. You can take the block out from under you. And again, just rolling side to side, giving your spine a really nice, lovely massage. Taking it really slow here, like we have nowhere to be. Hopefully you have nowhere you need to rush off to, and you can really be in your practice for these next like 20 minutes where we really are going to slow it down and really focus more on a yin style of yoga. This is like where the magic of calming the nervous system comes in my yoga practice. Is just this very slow, like restful moves that aren't super dramatic, but they have a very profound effect in the body. And I like folding in one foot like closer to my crotch as I roll back and forth. Again, just play with these shapes, play with like what feels good to your body, really explore all corners of your body. All right, and again, this is that slow, very sensual practice. So we're going to move as if your body is moving through honey. So very slowly, very gently, grabbing a blanket, grabbing that bolster or the pillow cushion that's a little firm, and we're going to find a supported child's pose. And also, if you have water or tea around, feel free to take a sip. Again, hydrating the body is one of the most loving things we can do for our body. So I like having a blanket under my butt, the butt over my feet. It just adds that little extra level of like support for my hips. And then basically straddling this bolster. And I also like to put a pillow underneath the front so that it kind of brings up like an incline for me to lay on. And the whole point of this pose of supported child's pose versus a traditional child's pose is that the back fully releases here. You are allowing your weight to be carried and supported by this bolster. A lot of the times we can feel like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. When we're really wound up and stressed out, you know, we find a lot of pain in the shoulders and the neck, and this is like the physical embodiment of that stress. And so here we really just want to let it go. You can connect with the earth and really give her any tension, any worries, any problems that are circling your mind, and just release them here. You can pick them up later if you need to, but right now just allow yourself to fully relax and let go. Allowing any thoughts to come and go. Our thoughts are not us, they are our visitors. Not getting stuck in anything that comes to mind, really just bringing our focus back to our breath and back to this feeling of fully allowing ourselves to be supported by these props that are underneath us. And very slowly take a big inhale, lift the head up, and exhale slowly to the other side, finding that relaxed surrender. bringing some awareness back into the body with 3 very deep, very intentional breaths. Inhaling, feeling the space behind your lungs fill up, the space in your back fill up. Exhale. And as you're ready on your next inhale, you can go ahead and sit all the way up. And then you can move your bolster out of the way, grab a drink of water. Maybe notice any difference in how you feel now versus how you felt at the beginning of this practice. Taking a sip of water. Taking a moment to just honor yourself for showing up, for doing this practice, knowing that it's going to make you feel better. Give yourself a huge pat on the back. And we're going to get set up here for one of my favorite Ian poses. So go ahead and grab that bolster or couch cushion that you have, and then you're going to cozy up your left hip to it. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twist so that your heart is in line with the bolster. And then slowly lower yourself down. I'm putting my head to the opposite side of my knees here, but I know that can be kind of intense. So you can start with your nose facing the same way as your knees. I also have my forearms resting on blocks. I don't always love this variation. I tried it out and you can see I moved the blocks, but sometimes it feels really good, so definitely worth a shot. And we will be here for a few minutes. That's the whole point of yin. You're not really working into your muscles. You're actually working into the tendons and the fascia, kind of the grittier parts of our body. So yeah, get comfy here. Send your breath to your back, creating space with every breath that you take. This is also a very meditative practice. So your mind should be wandering, and it's okay. You can just observe your thoughts. You can picture them just as visitors coming and going, as if your mind is the house and the thoughts are your guests. I know this stillness can be uncomfortable for some people, but really seep into that discomfort. Growth comes from our discomfort. So just remember that as you're fighting this urge, maybe to move your body and get up from this stillness. Again, breathe big into your back. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into your support, allowing yourself to be fully supported by your props here. I love the affirmation in this pose. I am supported, I am safe, I am loved, I am cared for. Exhale, sinking even deeper. Really just fully letting go. And on your next inhale, just a slight lifting of the chin so that you can turn your head. Getting ready to make our way out of this pose very slowly, very intentionally. And on your next inhale, you can start kind of bringing some movement into your hands, gently pushing the floor away as you rise up very slowly, just like you're moving through honey. Coming back onto the knees. And coming back to a straight spine. You can find some cat-cows here. And then as you're ready, we're going to situate our knees now to the opposite side that we were just sitting. Again, square up the shoulders with your mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. And your head can come down facing the opposite side of your legs, or if that's too intense, they can face the same side as your knees. Big breath in, and on the exhale, sink deep. Allow your body to relax, fully surrendering into the present moment. The thing I love about this pose and this practice is that it's so easy to fall asleep in these poses because you're in such a deep, relaxed state. So if you have fallen asleep, I invite you to come back into the room and no hard feelings. If you fell asleep, that's what your body needed. And if you are already facing the same side of the room as your knees, stay put. If you are twisted, then go ahead and slowly inhale and exhale. Just come back to an untwisted neck, fully relaxing into the bolster. Taking a big, deep breath in to all four corners of the body. On your next exhale, push into the floor. Slowly lifting your chest as if you're moving through honey. And as you come up, feel free to move the props out of the way. Coming down to lie on your back. You might notice you need some extra support here, so I invite you to grab a bolster or your thick, firm couch cushion and put that under the knees so that the legs can fully relax, feeling that support underneath the kneecaps. Arms can come into a T or cactus arms. They could even go to your heart or your belly. Whatever feels best for you as we make our way into the final resting pose, Shavasana. really just sinking into this restful space. This is where we soak up the benefits of this practice. This stillness, allowing our body to catch up to our minds in this very fast-paced world that we live in. This is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. Feeling free to find movement in your body again. It feels really good for me to get into my hips here, so I'm just going to bring my knees closer to my chest and kind of roll out my hips in circular motion. And then going in the opposite direction. And when you feel complete, you can go ahead and make your way to one of your sides. Or if you don't want to move, feel free. Stay exactly where you are. Sinking into the earth. Thanking yourself for showing up for this practice, showing up for yourself, showing up for your nervous system and your calm state. Big deep breath. Exhale. Let go of any residing tension in the body. And slowly, as if you're moving through that thick honey, making your way up to a comfortable seat. Again, if you're comfy on the ground, stay here. Be comfy. Finding any last stretches that you need. I'm personally going to come into a butterfly pose with the support of a bolster. And leaning over, really just getting that stretch in the back of my spine, the back of my neck, creating space in this area that is typically compressed all day. And inhale, you can come back into that seated position. Bringing the hands to your heart, connecting with your body one last time before we leave our practice at the mat. And you can bring the prayer hands up to your forehead, sending out intentions, gratitude, connection with your ancestors or spirit team or angels, thanking them for their presence in your life. bowing our heads in gratitude for ourselves and for this practice. Namaste. The utmost reverence for this life, this day that we get to live and experience. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope that this leaves you feeling peaceful and renewed. If you want to get to know me more, check out rainbowrach.com with 2 W's. If you want to check out my rainbow deck, which is currently on pre-order for my 2nd edition. My old Instagram also got deleted, so it would mean the world to me if you could throw me a follow on there and help me rebuild. I talk about mental health, relationships, and I share what I'm working through in my own life. My healing courses are also a great way to work with me. I have been on this healing journey since 2012, and these 2 courses share everything I've learned in those last 13 years, whether it's through pregnancy or shadow work in general. And you'll see on screen some video recommendations of my channel that I selected just for you if you want to stay in this vibe. Thank you so much for watching. I post videos every weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.